Okay, James, we did it for the other two, but you have to do it for this one too.
I don't want to.
The purpose of these is to remove stress from everyday life, so we have to test it. It's our job. Okay?
Yeah.
One more. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Student loans. You left the oven on. Bread makes you fat.
No.
Elevators are only inspected once every 7 years.
That can't be true.
You probably have microplastics in your bloodstream.
Right now?
That girl, Hannah, she was flirting with you.
What?
Get in.
Ooh.
You're watching Throttle House. I'm Thomas.
And I'm James.
And this is the Mercedes-Benz S-Class, the supposed king. And today we want to find out, when we compare it to the brand new BMW 7 Series and the Audi S8, if it is the ultimate de-stressing mobile. Does it remove the problems of your life? You know, S-Class owner problems. Like when your favorite restaurant is out of Dom Perignon, you're forced to drink Veuve. Or when you have to explain to your relatives for the 10th time that it's not tax evasion, it's tax avoidance.
These are the twin-turbo V8 German luxury sedans. That means that even though they are bestowed with all-wheel drive and 48-volt mild hybrid systems, as well as thousands of pounds of luxury leather and wood trim, they're still rather rapid. But luxury isn't just about speed, it's about comfort, isolation, calm. And last time we drove the earlier versions of these, Thomas channeled their energy and somehow magicked us to a beach. Hopefully that doesn't happen again.
But in their newest form, do they still have that magic? Because they all cost, as spec'd, a rather large amount. So first, we're going to take a look at the S-Class, generously provided by the lovely people at Keys Mercedes, a dealership that serves as a sunlit shrine to the creations of Stuttgart. Then we'll hop in the new facelifted Audi S8, followed by the all-new BMW 760, provided by the fantastic people at Bob Smith BMW in Calabasas. Today, we're going to find out which of these is the ultimate luxury machine.
And if you're new to Throttle House, we do car reviews, track tests, and quite a lot of messing about. So subscribe, hit the bell.
All right, 0 to 60, you ready?
S580, let's do this. Smooth.
Very smooth.
4.7.
4.78.
4.78. We'll round up.
4.8.
4.8. That's
pretty good.
Not bad,
Yes.
considering this is the horsepower loser of the three. All right, we've got 496 horsepower,
Right.
516 pound-feet of torque.
Yep.
There are going to be Mercedes fans right now sitting there going, what about the S63? And you're right. BMW and Audi have not brought their monsters to the table. They don't exist. The Alpine is gone. There is no RS8. So there is an S63, but it's cheating. Not only will it be a lot more money, it's 791 horsepower and 1,055 pound-feet of torque.
That's absurd. You do not need that, James. You
know
just
it.
don't need it. You want to know why?
Need.
Because, fair enough, but I don't think I'd want any more than this. This is the exact correct amount of power.
No, it's very quick.
It just whisks you, and it's calibrated in a way that you cannot do anything quickly. You cannot accelerate sharply, you cannot brake sharply, you cannot turn sharply. It smooths everything out for you.
Yeah, I feel very comfortable as a passenger right now.
Yeah, the seats are comfortable, and I think you have a pillow.
I do have a pillow. I think every single car, even Volkswagen Golfs, should have pillows.
Should have pillows.
Because then it would make it feel like 3 price ranges above.
Yeah, I lament that we live in a pillowless society.
And it's riding very nicely. You're in sport mode right now.
I am in sport mode, actually. You're right. I'm gonna put this in comfort mode.
Calm down.
And you're going to find the most characteristic S-Class thing, which is wafting.
The waft.
It's wafting.
There's actually 3 H's in that word. I don't know where they go, but it's wafting.
Wafting. And the best part about the S-Class is that even though you can get one of these with the e-active ride control...
Yeah, you now e-active body control.
E-active body control.
That wasn't the case when we last tested an S-Class.
No, it wasn't. And what that does is it actually like leans into the corner like a motorbike.
Well, and also Mercedes say it has uncanny composure.
What is that? I don't
like
want, I don't
to
want
believe.
I don't want it to be uncanny. Uncanny is like unsettling.
Yes, the Airmatic on its own is perfect.
It's perfect. And do you want to know why it's perfect? Because in the corner, like this, do you feel this car leaning?
Not much.
Not really.
The curve mode would make it lean into the corner though.
But that's almost weird. You might say it's uncanny. But this is perfect. And like when I kick this around a corner here, the car does not really lean, and then I get onto the straight and it relaxes, and all of a sudden you start wafting again.
And de-stressing.
Okay,
so waft and ride, very important for de-stressing.
Yep.
But also cabin isolation. Now, we're not scientists here at Throttle House, but I have brought along a piece of equipment.
Okay.
It is a decibelmeter, otherwise known as a decibel meter, and we're going to give this a go.
Yep.
All right. Not scientists. But Tom's going to average 60 miles an hour here on this piece of road.
Okay,
we're just going to see the biggest number it creates from the passenger's position.
And go.
Okay, so that averaged 53, and then every time we kind of hit a slight bump there was 55.
Okay, 53, 55.
So that's the S580.
We're gonna do that in every car.
Why don't we line these bad boys up side by side?
Well, hold on, we gotta do the WeatherTech thing first.
What WeatherTech thing?
The WeatherTech thing. WeatherTech sponsored the video. We gotta do the WeatherTech thing.
Why would we do a WeatherTech sponsor in California? There's no mud or snow here, it's just dry.
No, but there's
sunny.
more things than just mud or snow that you might need WeatherTech liners for. Like, what if you find yourself on a beach?
Thomas, it's winter.
Yeah.
It's winter.
It doesn't actually matter what time of year it is. That's the cool bit.
Oh, great.
You can use them anytime. They're actually laser scanned for your car. I have these in my M2. They're really neat.
Great.
There's a little bit that goes up underneath the throttle pedal.
Oh, fantastic.
And you don't ruin the carpet.
No.
It's really awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a link in the description. You go there, you click on it, and it's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to find liners for your car. So something like this doesn't happen to you.
Something like this doesn't happen to anyone, Thomas. Anyone. Oh, what is the point in saying on a beach if we end up in the middle of the ocean, Thomas?
Well, I misjudged by a few feet. Check us out. All right.
Oh, you're going to do it in the $150,000 dealer-supplied S-Class?
Yeah. I have absolute faith in the liners.
With the red leather? And
and your ability to clean afterwards in case. Look at, so they click in, totally covered. I'm going to have a seat. Look at it. No worries at all.
Yeah, there you go, that works.
Yeah.
Right, I'm incredibly uncomfortable right
So
now.
am I. Can we change? Yeah.
Can we change?
Yeah.
I didn't know we were going to be in the ocean. I haven't got spare trousers.
I have an extra pair in my Airbnb. I found them. I didn't bring them. You can have them.
Oh, okay.
That's better. Come on. We gotta talk about the styling.
Nah, come on.
Come on. I'm sorry. That's all I had.
You know, I don't actually care about looks.
Oh, good. Let me direct you to the new 7 Series. So, last time we reviewed this in California, it was not this gen, it was the previous one.
Yes,
Right.
and it was the V12.
And you said something I thought was very clever. You said that the grille on that car was growing onto the hood like algae.
Yes.
Okay, this is less algae, more of a festering toe fungus, right? And I think that amazingly, somehow, impossibly, you look back at the previous Gen 7 series and it looks good. It doesn't just look like, oh, it's worse. No, it looks good now compared to this.
Well, I've actually found out since that they've patented a new bumper that's even worse.
It looks horrible.
I'll show a picture of it.
Yeah, it looks really bad.
Yeah.
But like from here, this looks like an overweight beluga whale. I didn't even know that.
Well, they wanted it to be monolithic. It does look like a big cement block, especially in this Brooklyn grey metallic.
Definitely a cement block.
And I don't normally remember colors, but I remember that it's Brooklyn grey metallic because when you go on the website to option it, it's turned into Netflix. It says, when you go to that color, it says trending. As if like everyone in the world right now is specking it that. and the open pore wood inside is popular pick.
Popular pick.
Popular pick, yeah.
I see. A popular pick?
Meanwhile, we have this new color, which came out in 2022.
It's not a color, it's a shade.
This is selenite grey Magno.
Selenite?
Selenite grey magnet, so it's like a crystal.
Okay, you know what, it looks great. And okay, comparing these three side by side,
Yes.
that looks like an A4,
Yeah.
this looks like a fart, and this looks like a nice luxury limo.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, no, I think the S-Class still looks very much like an S-Class. And
It's beautiful, actually.
It's so lovely to not be in the company of an EQS in that sense.
I still think that the previous gen looked more elegant and special, but I don't know, seeing this now in this color, especially beside these two, I think this is the one that looks the most executive.
Well,
as you
this
say.
is sitting here in ultra blue,
Ultra blue is nice.
and it's got the black package, and this has been facelifted, so
Yep.
it still looks like an A4.
It just looks like an A4.
Yeah,
Like literally
yeah.
when an A4 drove by us the other day, I actually said, oh look, another S8.
Yes.
And it was just an S4. Right? Because they look the same. I mean, which is cool though, because I think if I was gonna actually personally own one, not that I think I would ever own a new luxury limo,
Yes.
but I would actually just own this one because it's understated.
Yes, like you, I am also understated. All right, why don't we check out the inside and the front, and then when we drive the other two, we'll talk about the back.
Okay. Oh, using the automatic doors.
Automatic.
They work great when you're in and you push that button, but when you're outside and you want to open them, they're incredibly inconsistent.
Yeah, sometimes they do.
Sometimes they go a little bit, sometimes they go all the way, sometimes they knock you over. I'm a little bit afraid of them, if I'm being honest.
I like that. They rule with fear. All right,
I enjoy the randomness, yeah.
inside,
It's beautiful.
beautiful.
I really, really like this, and the seats are so comfortable.
Open forward, popular pick.
They're probably the pick one. Listen, I don't have any issues with this. I don't think I prefer the screen to like the previous gen where it was integrated nicer, but like it's really, really well done in here. And I think I pointed this out last time. One of my favorite parts is that everywhere you go, up here and down there, there is a little hamburger button. And if you click that hamburger button, it brings up on the screen the options for that area.
Yes.
So whether it's seats or backups, driver assistance and all that stuff, that's well thought out, and I really appreciate that.
But you still don't like that these are touch buttons.
No, I don't like that those, like that there should just be a normal climate control.
Yeah, that's not
I do like that the ambient lighting flashes for different things that happen though.
Yeah, well, and also, so last time we were in a 7 Series, it was the i7, and there's a few things that we had in that we don't in this.
Right.
So first of all, this is a different coloured leather. So
Yeah.
This is extended black merino leather, which
very
makes it sound like you've gone for an option, but
Right.
actually that's the base, and then full is like the $6,000 extra.
Right.
So you tell people you got extended, they're like, oh, you stretch for that, eh?
Yes,
you
yeah, that's why they
you
do
haven't
that.
spent a penny. You know, it's very, very nice.
have any
And there was a TV in
was
the
a TV,
i7.
yeah.
And now we have the glass roof.
Which is really cool
Yeah.
at night.
Yeah, it lights up through these lines.
Yeah. No, the ambient lighting is very good in here. I don't think, other than like my general issues with things being too screens and touch buttony, I find this to be quite nice, quite comfortable, quite livable, quite usable. It's well made. It looks nice. It looks futuristic.
I'm so curious to
get
jump
overall.
straight out of this into the S-Class now.
Let's do it. I remembered that there's soft close.
You did, but what there
Yeah.
isn't is the 7 Series doors that close themselves, open themselves.
Good.
For that, you need the Maybach.
Right.
And for the two-tone, you need the Maybach. Whereas the 7 Series, for a $12,000 little,
Yeah.
bit of levy, you get two-tone as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
I really like this, actually. This is beautiful. It's Maybach,
It's
actually.
different though, isn't it? Yeah, Maybach, it's definitely Maybach.
Other than the egregious amount of piano black,
Yes.
this is a very, very beautiful interior, and it's very comfortable. I have just turned my heated seats/surface on, and the armrests are immediately getting warm.
Yeah, I love that.
It does,
Seven
other cars
Series
don't
does
have
that
it.
as
It
well.
does
Yeah,
have it, yeah, but this is just, the seats are beautiful. This feels really like, a real estate agent's suit.
What the real estate agent wants to wear.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a monster spec, like the matte grey outside
Matte
with the
grey
red
with the
interior.
red. Oh,
I don't even think it clashes with my trousers.
Nope, doesn't. Okay, so we've used this a little bit.
Yeah.
This car, and compared to stuff that's happening now in terms of touchscreens and all of that, I don't mind this at all now. Like this little volume knob right here. It's not a knob, obviously. I prefer a knob, but like you get used to it. You swipe your finger,
you
it
can
works
still
pretty
press.
well. You
Still
can
press.
press and click it. Dynamic selector
You
there.
can still do here.
The screen is really responsive. It's on a weird angle, so you get reflections sometimes, but it works very quickly, as does this screen and all of the buttons on the steering wheel. I would definitely prefer physical buttons, but compared to stuff that's come out lately, this is feeling pretty usable right now.
It's pretty good. And this has the Burmester sound system.
This does.
Which is incredible.
It is.
It's as good, if not slightly better, than the one we just tested in the 7 Series.
Yeah.
And this isn't the high end either.
No, the high end has those like tweeters that spin out, right?
Yeah. So at the very least, with these two cars, you're getting amazing sound, which if you're in an isolated chamber is very important.
Well, honestly, like I would be upset even if I didn't get the upgraded sound system, if my S-Class didn't have a good sound system to begin with, right?
Yes,
it should be good and better.
Should be special, the Sonda class.
Right.
My concern is the 7 Series has brought the game forward so much. Like nothing in the BMW sedan lineup has an interior like that.
No, it's new and cool and special. Yes.
And the S-Class is very special inside.
Yep.
So we said that the S8 looks like a big A4 on the outside.
Yes.
Even with the facelift, I'm concerned that the moment we jump out of these and you just get in that car, it's going to feel like jumping in a pool of cold water for the same money.
Well, let's go find out. Soft close again. I remembered.
I was too heavy-handed. It did.
Oh, you didn't do it?
Hard close?
Hard close. So.
Ooh, feeling my heated surfaces already?
Yeah, they're on because they're in the screen here, right?
So.
Now, give me your thoughts on this, because I have thoughts as well.
Impeccably put together.
Yep.
Such focus.
Yep.
Such quality.
Yep.
Not special.
Yeah. Well, yes and no. I think as like a piece of art, visually,
yes,
it's fantastic.
Right.
Right? But like compared to the other ones in terms of like, you do want these to be flashy. The ambient lighting in this is like the same as a base A4.
Yeah. And
the ambient lighting in those is like the Northern Lights. It's like a huge show.
No,
right?
I think this matches the exterior personality. If this is the subdued looking one of the bunch, then inside all you can ask for is just quality. I mean, to be fair, Rolls-Royce kind of advertises themselves as just quality, even though there is some show. Yeah. But like, I mean, these door cards, right? If you actually look at, I like the door cards.
Okay, so the biggest thing that James talked about in his A4 that he had, S4.
Thank you.
His S4 was the door cards. He talked about it. He told me about it. He's like, I just love the door cards.
Because the transition from the stitch, the leather to the carbon fiber, to the felt, to the leather, back into the carbon fiber, and it's just so solid. It just feels so solid.
And everything clicks, right? Even the screen, when you click a thing, it makes a haptic feedback click. But no, I really, really like the way things are put together. I like the visual design. Everything feels, like it does feel very understated. It feels like a modern, like, piece of architecture, right?
Right.
And I really like that. It's not too over the top. As I said, as an ownership experience, if you want a limo, a big, big, big sedan, then I think this is probably what I would personally want, because I don't want that much flash. But if you do want flash, and maybe you do in a limo, those definitely give it to you.
Yes, but when you said that the S-Class suddenly felt not as crazy now with all the new buttons, this is even more intuitive. Everything is even more accessible. The steering wheel has just the right amount of buttons. The volume is a scroll.
Yep. And a knob down here.
And a knob, scrolls and knobs. And this one also has the bass sound. It hasn't got that fancy Bang & Olufsen system that comes out through the dash.
Oh yeah, that is really pretty.
And this in its standard system is not as good as the standard in the other two.
Right.
So there's that.
But really, as nice as the interiors and the exteriors are, or not nice in the case of the 7 Series, driving them and being a passenger is still the ultimate test of these cars. That is where you find the insulation.
Would you say that these trousers position me as an S8 driver or passenger?
You know what? You stay right there. I'm going to hop in the back because I don't want anyone to see you.
Okay. Okay.
Here we go.
S8 0 to 60.
Here we go. Oh, that's quick.
3.7.
3.7.
This is the horsepower and torque leader. Same torque number as an RS7, which makes you want an RS8. But what have we found with this car? We've been living with this car the longest. This is the press car.
This is quite easily the driver's car of the three.
The Audi.
The Audi, somehow is our car. And my favorite part about this Audi, this particular Audi, especially over the other cars, is that this actually has some steering feel. Not that you need steering feel in, you know, a luxury limo or anything, but here's what's happened, I think. Somewhere there's an angry, upset German engineer department head who's furious that he couldn't completely remove the steering feel from the S8 because the weight of this car, I think, overpowers the overboosted steering.
But you know how they say if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Yeah.
If the Audi is the best steering of the three cars you're comparing,
We might be in the, yeah, maybe we shouldn't be talking about driving dynamics. But you have to, because this car handles so well.
we've been, when we drove the M760i, the
Yes.
V12, we
Yep.
chased a Lamborghini around the canyons and we were shocked. This chased the Ferrari 296 GTB
just as well.
just as well.
Yeah.
It is highly, highly impressive.
It doesn't really drive like a limo at all.
No, it's not. It's not wafting, but it is very well damped. So I'm going to drop us back into comfort.
Yeah, we're in comfort mode. No, like the ride is still excellent. However, as a limo, I don't feel like I'm in a limo. I just feel like I'm in a big Audi, especially from back here, because there's not a lot going on, James.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna play with
hang
all
on.
of this stuff back here. You
Hang
ready?
on. No, we're missing some options here.
Done.
For some reason, the press car doesn't have very exciting options, but there
No.
is an entire rear entertainment package that
There is.
you'd have. Yeah, this center console is fully, goes all the way to
Goes
the
all
end.
the way. Yeah,
And
that
then
would
it would be
cool.
massaging and ventilating for you, which
It's
you
like
don't
some
have.
sort of a foot massage or something like that, isn't there?
Well, it was back in the day. I couldn't option it when I tried it,
But in general, like if you like just physically looking at the seats and the doors and the stuff around you, other than this little vanity mirror right here, it's not that special back here. Like it's incredibly well made and it's quite nice.
incredible. This just in, Audi does car.
Better than
They
other
make
people.
cars.
They do
But
perfectly.
you said it yourself. This is the understated one. This is the one you want to be not seen in.
Well, this is the one that if you're buying a luxury limo for yourself to drive, this would be the one.
Yes, this is
Right?
It's strange that it's the driver's car. On the
It just really is, yeah. But also, to be fair to it, it might not waft like the S-Class, and we'll compare it to the 7 in a minute. But I think that if you were a VIP and you wanted a very skilled driver to get you safely from A to B, I think I'd say buy this, Jeeves.
but already you can tell this is not riding as softly.
No,
as
and it's not nearly as quiet either.
Whoa!
Interesting.
If only there was a way to test this. thing.
Swing!
All right, I'm gonna get to 60.
Yeah. You ready?
And there, yeah.
Here we go. Okay, so 55, over the bumps, 58, 59.
Right. Okay.
So
All right.
ever so slightly louder.
7 Series time.
7 Series. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
It can't be quicker than the S8.
Here we go.
Oh, that's a real punch in the
Real
back.
punch.
But can it beat 3.7?
Absolutely not. 4.2 seconds.
4.2?
Yeah.
Not bad.
No.
It's middling in the power range.
It is.
And you know what? That felt so quick that I was going to have a big go at BMW for giving up on performance, but it's not going to be as big of a go. But I will say, BMW, come on. The 7 Series can be a monster. The Alpina, Thomas?
It's a weapon.
Gone. Not happening for this generation.
So disappointing.
The M760i of the last generation was
Also was a weapon.
Twin turbo V12. I think it was the quickest BMW ever for a few months before the F90 M5 came out.
Right.
This obviously doesn't hit any records in that sense. So, when Mercedes are doing stuff like the S63, it'd be cool if there was a monster. There is an M760e coming out.
No, it's not as quick as this though.
No, it's not. It's like a tenth of a second slower to 60 because it's an inline 6 plug-in hybrid. So even though it sounds, because of the M, it would be the crazy one, this is actually the quickest 7 Series that's ever been announced of this generation.
And it is quite quick. From a performance perspective in a straight line, it's definitely all BMW. It's got like the upshifts and it's got a quick transmission and it's got V8 noises, that cannon fire thunk on the upshift.
And
You feel it in your
now
chest.
you've driven the i7, do you prefer the V8?
Yes, I do. I think that this suits a big luxury barge better than that EV that we drove. But that's just my personal opinion. But my issue is not really the drivetrain and the straight line performance. It's the fact that when you turn a corner in this, well, the steering disappears. It falls out from under you.
Yeah, it weights down.
Yeah.
Which is great, if you need to fit into your dress on your wedding day.
Right.
Weighting down's fantastic, but with steering, you want to feel control.
Well, I want it literally gets lighter off center.
Yeah.
Very, very weird. But the rest of the body is very well controlled. It's not, it's not nearly as sporty as the S8.
No.
right? It doesn't steer or handle or anything as sharp as the S8, which is a weird sentence, but I've just said it. The Audi is, as we said, is the sports car of the bunch. The S-Class wafts in a way that this doesn't. But this is just as controlled and the ride is just as soft as the S-Class, which makes me realize that I think what's happened is that in the S-Class, they engineered out the wafting from the soft suspension and made it controlled in the corners and then added it back in for the straight line.
Right.
They just didn't add it back in this.
This does feel soft though, and I do like, I do feel it's beautiful inside, and I feel cocooned and hidden, which is fantastic when you're wearing trousers like these. But I haven't got, there's some packages missing. I haven't got the executive package at the back here that can't be massaged.
Oh, I can, excuse me, watch this. My mode's expressive. But
it doesn't do the Hans Zimmer stuff, does it?
I don't think so. It should make a huge orchestra sound when I... No, it just makes
Hans Zimmer only does EVs.
Sound of a V8.
Yeah.
Hans Zimmer only does V8. This is, oh, see, now I'm being massaged. It's just way too, okay, so I'm gonna put it back into sport mode. I'm still being massaged. Oh yeah. It does it, once you get massaging on, I have to go into the menus to turn it off. Yeah,
and I can't even get massage. I do have my little screen here, and I do have my BYOI, bring your own iPad connector here. I'm sure, I've never cocked an AK.
I'm sorry, you've never what?
I've never cocked an AK-47.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like that must be what it's like. From Call of Duty, I'm convinced it is. Yeah. But wow, it's very nice back here.
Okay, quick roundup on the way these three limos drive. The Audi, as we said, is the sportiest. I think the S-Class is the most luxurious and the softest. And this is somewhere happily in between. But the point of the day is to determine which one of these insulates you from the outside world the best. Make your worries melt away. There it is. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
All right, here we go.
That's S-Class quiet.
Is it?
53 normal. I think we hit a 56 there, so just above.
So as near as makes no difference.
Yes.
Same as the S-Class. And then the Audi is the loudest.
But the quickest.
But the quickest. All right, which one wins then?
Oh, that, I think, Thomas, is for the conclusion.
Today was an education for us. We learned that even though the Audi S8 is missing an R in its name, it's pretty much an RS8. I mean, it's essentially the same engine under there as the RS6. It's clearly the performance leader of the three. So as a getaway car, it wins. But when it comes to outright luxury, the tiny sacrifices it makes in ride and isolation, and the lack of the theatre in the cabin, which is also true for the A8, mean that whilst it might be the best sports sedan of the bunch, it's not the best luxury sedan. That might have to go to the S-Class.
Because even though the 7 Series is actually cheaper and is so well matched in so many ways to the S-Class, its spectacular interior opulence, including that amazing new TV, is betrayed by its own face and its steering. So in this case, the S-Class just manages to graduate at the top of the class in luxury car school. Even though the 7 Series overall serves up very much the same dish as the S-Class, it just seems like the chefs at Mercedes spent a little extra time plating it.
And before we go, we just wanted to say another huge thank you to WeatherTech for making this video possible. Go right now to the description, click on the link, and see what liners are available for your car. They are the best way to protect your carpet from mud, snow, and yes, even beach sand. Ask me how I know. Thanks for watching.